Hey guys, my name is Vanel Joseph,
I'm Pablo Rodriguez.
and we're welcome back to another NSL-based video. So today we're going to be talking about the men's draft that happened last weekend. We already did a video regarding the women's draft for the 2025, the first ever.
First ever.
And that one was an interesting video. So if you haven't checked it out yet, feel free to check it out. We also included the rules in that video. So feel free to check that out if you want to be up to date on what's happening in the NSL.
Yeah.
But today, Pablo, tell them what we're doing.
Of course. So the men's teams draft. So this one, completely different. 9 teams,
Yeah.
5 people per team. So it's gonna be a long video. So we're gonna be here for a while.
It's gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a long video.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Get yourself a snack.
And first team is the Greenwich Panthers. And I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious. He was the first draft.
It wasn't a
It was
surprise.
the first.
It wasn't
yeah.
a surprise. It wasn't
They
a surprise.
drafted Mustafa Asal,
Oh, wow.
which
The
Of
Raging
course.
Bull.
the Raging Bull, of course. I expected him to go first. So yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I expected him to go first, but there's a person who I thought was gonna go first
Really?
who went pretty far down on the draft. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I
But
think we might.
we might be thinking about the same person. We might be thinking about
Okay.
the same person.
Yeah.
But are you excited to see Mustafa?
Oh yeah, he's been killing it this past couple tournaments, just absolutely destroying the competition. And I think like his play style is perfect for the NSL rules.
I agree.
He's just so aggressive, and his attacking play style is just
I'm just saying, like, imagine Mustafa in a power play.
yeah.
You
It's
know?
literally he'll just start trying to roll everything, just boom, attacking for 2 minutes straight.
Just to put the idea of the power play in your head, during a power play, team that started the power play is the only team that is allowed to accumulate points. The other team is completely on the defense. Mustafa Asal, as we know, is one of the most offensively gifted players that we've ever seen.
Currently, right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
and I feel like since they have subs out,
Yeah.
at the end of his 15 minutes of play, if they just put a power play, he just goes all out, sub him out, let him rest, then pull him back in. It's insane. The strategies can go crazy.
And then going into our second pick for the first round, we had Ali Abu Elanin.
Yeah.
But as a
We have the ace.
Yeah, I've seen him play a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I believe he's a returning player.
I think so too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's fair. They stuck with their guns, so he's coming back to the Philadelphia Lightnings.
In terms of whether we thought he was a steal and or a surprising pick, I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeing him going so quick.
Yeah, so quick. Maybe because he's returning, they kind of just wanted to. He might have did pretty well in the last year for the NSL.
For sure.
So
For sure.
the play style might be good for this NSL rule set. So
I mean, if he already knows what's going to be happening for the season, he's going to be what you would think of as a veteran, you
Yeah.
know, for
Experience.
the NSL. Experience matters. Experience counts.
Yeah.
And remember what we were saying before, where availability might be one of the best abilities available.
Yeah.
So if he's going to be in the area and going to be in a majority of these matches in this season, he can be something to look out for.
yeah, definitely. For the third team, Lake Erie Beacons. Not surprised. This might be the person you'd be talking about.
Interesting.
Victor Kruin.
El Hindi, a former top 10 player himself.
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It
Okay,
wasn't, but
Victor Kruin.
But I mean, come on now, it's Victor Kruin.
Yeah,
like
I know,
an
right?
absolute surgical mind.
Yeah.
You feel me?
He's young, athletic, speedy, and great shot selection. So I'm excited to see. I think he's returning as well.
Yeah.
He was in the Lake Erie Beacons last year, so I'm excited to see what he does this year.
I mean, if I was in the Lake Erie Beacons, I would ask him to return too,
Yeah.
especially for the season that he's been having.
Oh yeah,
I believe he just won the German Open, and he was just killer. Like, Victor Kruin's foundation, like his fundamental game, is second to none. I mean, they call him the surgeon.
Literally precise.
Right.
Precise.
So I'm excited to see what he's doing for the Lake Erie Beacons. And then going into the fourth pick for the first round draft, the Grizzlies, the Chicago Grizzlies, chose Youssef Ibrahim.
Hey, I'll give him that one.
I'll give him that.
I'll give that one.
That's a
Yeah, I'll
good
give him that.
pick.
That's a good pick. His hands,
His hands.
his attacking ability is just incredible. So I just feel like he's gonna prosper in this league.
And funny enough, I remember way back when he was still performing in the Junior Open. I remember watching him dominate. Like he I don't think he lost a game going into that U.S. Junior Open.
To be fair, I think all these players dominated when they were juniors. I think all the players dominated when they were juniors.
Yeah, but I mean, Yusuf Ibrahim. I mean, it's gonna be one of those situations where he's one of the best in the pool.
Yeah.
So seeing how he's able to impact the NSL as a whole is interesting. And he's like a young Mustafa Asal. I mean, granted, they're like the same age.
Yeah.
But like he's another version of Mustafa Asal where during a power play, he's one of those players I wouldn't want to see.
Yeah. And pretty much I expected him to go first round. I would have been surprised if he went second round or third round. I would like.
I mean, you got the gunslinger as the name.
I mean, he's a shooter.
He's a shooter. He's a shooter.
Going to team 5, Newport Dragons. By the way, that's kind of cold name.
That's a crazy
That's
name.
a cold name.
That's a nice name.
Yeah. I did not expect this man to go so low.
This is who I was talking about.
They got Muhammad Ershabagi.
Mohamed El Shabagi here.
Arguably one of the best players to ever grace this
One of
game.
the greats. One of the greats. I did not expect him to go so low as a 5th pick overall.
5th pick. I mean, granted. He's a bit older, you know, in comparison to these other players, but he's still the beast of Alexandria.
Yeah, he's
like
the experience he has on court. It just is so dominating. He can pretty much beat majority of the rest of the players.
for sure.
But I feel like that experience he brings to Newport Dragons is gonna be so important for
It's
them.
gonna be useful, and I don't know what the rest of the team looks like just yet.
You'll find out.
But I'm letting you know right now, it does not hurt with Mohamed
Yeah.
El Shabagi on the team. It can't hurt.
Being him a coach on the sideline, I mean, how can you go wrong?
That's big. Also, I mean, he's one of the players that I expected to go in like the first 3.
Yeah,
Right.
I expect him to go maybe first, second after Assault.
Maybe second,
Yeah.
like maybe 2nd, but 5th,
Yeah, that's insane.
surprising.
Insane. It might be because of the NSL rules. He's a little older,
Yeah.
and a little bit slower, but he still has that ferocity, intensity. So the younger players might have a little advantage over him.
Going into the 6th pick of our first round, we had the Derby Colts choosing Lionel Cardenas.
He's a new up and comer.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere, absolutely destroying in the I think I forgot what tournament it was, but it was like 2-3 tournaments ago. Absolutely destroyed. Went on a tear.
And he's the first Mexican player to be in the upper echelon of the rankings
Yeah.
of the PSA and of, you know, squash in general. I find it amazing, you know? Like, the NSL is able to give players who might not have had that spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely has a spotlight now. After that, the performance in the tournament, he's just going crazy. He's like very small, compact, super speedy, aggressive. I love his play style. It's good to watch.
All right. Well, can't wait to see it.
Going to the 7th pick, Atlanta Tornadoes picked
My guy.
one of the best performers to ever do it, Miguel Rodriguez.
Oh, that's ripping. That is brutal. Oh, he's gone for the neck and he's back.
I will never skip a Miguel Rodriguez highlight video.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to see him play. If you see him in the tournament, if you're like, we're gonna get a couple dives.
Yeah.
No matter what, a couple highlights from him each tournament. I'm like, yes, it's great. It's great sportsmanship, great showmanship, and it does everything for the sport. Let's see it.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I think his name probably fits his character the most. Like, he is literally a cannonball.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, he is, first and foremost, there's no way you're going to get him out of a point through anything other than a perfect shot.
Yeah.
He's going to retrieve everything. He's going to dive for anything. He's going to, be entertaining the entire time.
I've never seen a player dive so much, get up so quickly, easily, and just be so fine. I'm like, if I dove, poop, I'm there for a good
I'm on
minute.
the floor.
I'm there for a good minute. He dives, doop, jumps up like he's playing volleyball or something. I'm like, bro, chill.
It's between him and Paul Cole when it comes to physicality.
I'll give it to Macon too.
Macon's in there.
Yeah.
Joe Macon's in there. But when it comes to, like, when it comes to the ability to just hop up,
Mm-hmm.
it's like dive, hop up, Paul Cole, Joe Macon, Miguel Rodriguez.
Up there, echelon.
Easily. So when it comes to how they're going to, and I mean, he was what, a 6th pick?
7th.
7th pick.
But that's
Surprise.
fair. He's
Yeah.
a little bit older.
He's a bit older.
I think he might be the oldest person on there.
Okay. Yeah, actually. Actually. So, okay.
He looks young, but he's getting up there.
Is he
He's still moving like he's 25 though.
Is he going to be the new babyface assassin?
It might be. It might be. Yeah.
Is he going to take that nickname?
I don't
away?
think the Cannonball can be topped though.
Yeah, it's a good name. Then going into our 8th pick from the Nashville Crushers, we have my boy, my guy, Timmy Brownell.
Oh, love it. Oh, it's beautiful.
I love that guy. I love Timmy Brownell. I mean, one of the creators of the NSL to start.
Yeah, one of the OGs.
One of the OGs. Him and his partners really just took an interest in squash for the nation. And then, I mean, here we have this seemingly great setup for a season. But besides that, one of the best players in the United States, number 1 in the U.S.
He is the best player.
He is the best player.
Killing it.
So, I mean, I can't wait to see what he does for the NSL and for the Nashville Crushers.
Yeah, he's been standing his own in the PSA as of recently, so I'm excited to see what he does in the NSL as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
And for the 9th and final pick of the first round, the New York Knights have last year's MVP, Seth Guatemala.
That's an MVP right there.
MVP performance.
What more can you say? In the first ever year, Seb, he ran away with the MVP. And the Knights, I believe they won last year's season.
Yeah.
So can they go back to back?
We'll see. The rankings are looking a little bit rough.
We gotta look at the roster.
The rosters are looking a little bit rough, so competition is a little bit higher now. So I'm excited to see.
Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out who our picks are for who's gonna win at the end of the season and who we think are gonna be the MVP for both the men and women's at the end of the season. Going into the second round, starting it off, we have for the Greenwich Panthers, Sanjay Jiva.
Oh,
Hey,
The Shadow.
he's nice.
He's been nice.
That boy's nice. That boy's nice. He's moving. He's athletic.
I mean, I've only seen a couple of his highlights, a couple of his clips. But, I mean, same thing as what I said from Miguel Rodriguez. When it comes to physicality, he looks crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited. I feel like he's a good centerpiece for the team. Good, nice to just throw in, kind of carry some points, Give maybe Mustafa Asal some time to rest.
Right,
You know, then switch him off. It's good.
And, I mean, especially when you're playing with somebody like Mustafa Asal. At some point, you're just playing for time.
Yeah.
Getting him some rest and then letting him come back in to demolish.
Dominate. It's basically when you're. I hate to compare it, but when you're playing with LeBron,
Yeah.
put him at the bench. Bring the bench out. Bring the bench out. Put him in there.
Bench out, check it out. And then when LeBron comes back, he finishes the game.
Yeah, finishes him. Yeah.
But
Pretty much.
hey man, let's see what Sanjay. Maybe we're mistaken. Maybe
Yeah.
Sanjay's LeBron here.
Yeah.
Maybe
True.
we have a full season to find out. Big steal.
Steal. Mohamed Abu Agar.
But the touch.
That was a steal.
That was a steal.
I mean, when it comes to his size, you feel me? Like his court coverage,
It can't be beat.
it's a steal.
I mean, like, I'm speechless because I did not expect him to go. I expected him to go first round, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's just been so good the past 2-3 years. He's just been up there. He's been playing phenomenally. And I'm like, and as well, he's great at tagging, great pressure, and perfect piece to go with Elneny.
And I think somebody named the Bullet. I mean, if we're comparing him to anybody else in that first round, I think his name holds weight.
Yeah.
Like Abu Elgar is somebody who you see very frequently in these late round PSA tournaments, and something like the NSL and its new setup, maybe we see somebody towards the end. Maybe we see Abu Elgar providing those late game minutes. We don't know.
We'll see.
And with the second round, third pick, the Lake Erie Beacons chose Bernat Joame.
Oh, he plays. He's got a lovely backhand drop, and again.
The Spaniard.
Spaniard, who is, as of right now, 40th in the world, 42.
42, I believe.
I'm very excited to see what he does.
We'll see. And for the second round, fourth pick, Chicago Grizzlies have Curtis Malik. Which, there's a couple other people which I'm surprised. Oh my God. We're going to talk about, I'm pointing it out. I'm surprised they win a solo in the draft. But Kurt Malik is a good pick. It's a good centerpiece.
I will say these last two picks, I was surprised in the moment. Did a little research after, watched a little film. I get it, especially for the situation that we're in for the NSL. But I will say I was surprised.
We'll see how they do.
And then going into the second round, fifth pick, the Newport Dragons chose, in my opinion, a bit of a steal.
Still.
Spencer Lovejoy.
Down.
Just,
Spencer.
he's nice.
Yeah, he's good with
nice.
it. He's good with it. Definitely gonna give a challenge to other players. I feel like he's a good centerpiece after Shabaggy.
For sure.
Kind of bring the pace down, as the name says, the tranquilizer.
He's a
He's
tranquilizer.
gonna shut down a lot of people's playing styles. It's good to see him. I think he's a returning player to Newport Dragons, I believe.
For sure.
So we'll see how he does.
And I
So
also
excited.
feel like his defensive ability can lull out some of his opponent's power plays.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Use some of the
know?
power plays. Just
Exactly.
throw him in. Yeah.
Use him as
perfect.
kind of like a defensive strategy a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of fish out some power plays out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he was another player that back in when I was going to the junior opens, you just couldn't put him away.
Yeah,
He stayed in the rally. So I'm excited to see what happens this year.
And for the second round, sixth pick, the Derby Colts have Matthias Knudsen, the spin bender,
The
which is
spin bender.
cold name.
Okay.
I haven't seen much of his film, so I can't say. But for the name as a spin bender, I'm expecting some sportsmanship. I'm some showmanship. I want 360s.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
I want some Mazukis. I'm ready to see it.
All of that. All of that. And I believe that he could do it. I don't know. He's playing, I think the Derby Colts, as of right now, a lot of, what I would call diamonds in the rough. People that you don't initially know unless you do a little research on it, or you have just deep ball
knowledge.
Deep ball knowledge. Pick of the second round, we have Veer Chotrani for the Atlanta Tornadoes.
The encyclopedia.
The encyclopedia.
I don't know how I feel about that name.
True.
Where's that? Who gave him that?
Right. Who's getting these names? I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's an interesting nickname. To be fair, I haven't seen much of him. I believe he's a challenger player as well. He's up and coming, so excited to see his play style and where he brings the Atlanta Tornadoes to.
And I mean, I'm going to be continuing to watch these players because there are a lot of tournaments happening on the PSA right now. And a bunch of these players are playing here and there. I just want to see how they're doing.
Yeah. And for the second round, eighth pick, the Nashville Crushers. The boy. I love seeing him play.
Yeah.
Batista Mosati.
Beating the likes of Mohamed El Shabini, Henry Lung recently.
Squashbuckler. I love seeing him play. He's a little bit older.
Yeah.
But just aggression. He's always up on the tee, always hunting that volley. I love seeing him play. It's always high-paced squash when he plays.
Okay. I haven't seen many of his matches since a couple of years ago. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a minute.
I believe last year, he was killing it last year.
Okay.
Haven't seen much of him this year, but we'll see. He's on the
Keep an eye
up-and-coming.
out. Okay. All right. Do you think that he was a steal?
I feel like he's perfectly drafted.
Okay. He's right where he needs to be. All right.
There's a couple other ones that are a steal, but we'll get there.
Him and Timmy. Let's see what they do. And then for the last pick, the ninth pick of the second round, we have for the New York Knights, Simon Herbert.
The back, and it's hard to scrape it off the sidewall. So,
He's a player who I'm going to say I'm surprised, mainly because I don't know much about him. And there are a couple other players on the list that I know of to the extent where I expected them to get drafted earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of their world ranking. Maybe it's because of how they might play in the NSL. All I'm saying is I'm excited to see what Simon Herbert does, but let's see if it's making an impact.
We'll see.
All right. So what we're going to do now, similar to what we did in the last video, we are going to round out the rest of our teams because we would love to go through every single player that's on this list. And if the video gets enough likes, maybe we'll do that. But for right now, just to save you some time, we're just going to round out each team.
Yeah.
Starting with the Greenwich Panthers, we have Juan Vargas, Dimitri Steinman.
Yeah, absolutely. Just try to.
That's a steal. That's
Yeah?
one of the steals.
That's one of the steals?
Dimitri has been going crazy.
Okay.
The past year and a half, he's been going insane. He went to the semifinals in the German Open, absolutely cooking. He has to face Suzuki, but still, absolutely cooking.
Okay. I think he's a steal as well, mainly from the way that he's been playing recently, so I agree with you. But Diego Gabi, the last person on to round out that list, also a steal. I've been seeing some crazy plays by him recently.
Okay, interesting. For Philadelphia Lightnings, we have Nathan Lake, which is a steal.
Yep.
Ramit Tando,
Surprising.
that one, and Andrew Douglas,
There's a severity to his game.
Yeah, absolutely.
which is a legend. He's a throwback legend, yeah.
Throwback. Way
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Way back. Going into the Lake Erie Beacons, rounding out their list, we had Yannick Wilhelmi,
Doesn't give Steinman a chance.
Nicholas Spizziri.
Rizmaster is a crazy name.
Wristmaster is wild.
We have to have a talk, guys. I don't think they know what that means.
And finally, Daniel McCube.
Again, I don't know much of these players, but excited to see what they do.
I don't know. I'm going to be checking off this Challengers Tour.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I want to see how some of these players are going to impact this NSL. I also like the nickname, The Beard. We have a bit of a little James Harden going.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does.
All right.
And for Chicago Grizzlies, we have Greg Marsh, which is a steal. Oh my God, he should not have gone third round. What are we doing? Another one. We'll see. I'll bring it up. But Gregor Marsh should not have gone third round.
Third round is crazy.
He's a little old, but still, he still has it.
I mean, have you ever seen that man play directly in France? Like when he plays in the Paris Open, he's just
He
not...
gets superpowers.
He gets
I don't know-
superpowers.
He gets superpowers. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Then, for the fourth pick, we have Sam Todd.
Another steal, in my opinion. Like, that made the Chicago Grizzlies just something fierce.
Strong.
A little something
Nice.
to...
Just great overall rounded team.
Yeah.
And for the last pick, they got Hermanos Asana.
The Bullfrog.
Bullfrog. I don't know where that name comes from, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
A lot of we'll sees here
Yeah.
because guess who's going to cover it?
Us. And y'all see it too.
Y'all will see it. We'll cover it. Rounding out the Newport Dragons, we have Yaya Elenoasani, Finlay Withington, and Abdelrahman Nassar.
I'm excited to see what they have to offer. I don't know much of these players. I believe they're part of the Challenger Tour. And with Yaya as Mr. Clean, he better be cooking.
I mean, you got
He better be cleaning up.
you got Mr. Clean, you got the Wizard, you got the Sphinx.
Those kind of gold.
Those are some good names. On top of the fact that you're playing with a squash genius in Mohamed El Shabagi and an up and coming, just kind of new legs in Spencer Lovejoy.
Yeah.
So to round out that team, you got a couple other people who can do the same as Spencer Lovejoy with a little bit more experience than him.
And for the Derby Colts, we have third pick, Ben Smith,
What you're saying is it's all square between you two then?
Shahjahan Khan, and Asan Ayasa.
Prince of Pakistan.
That's cold.
Khan.
That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. That's
And
cold.
the technician.
That's cold. Don't know much about them as well, but we gotta keep an eye on them.
For sure.
With the Prince of Pakistan, definitely that's a fire name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better show up.
I mean, I've seen, as of right now, the Pakistan absolutely demolished the Junior Open.
Oh yeah.
And they made their declaration that they really want to put Pakistan back on the map for squash. I want to see them do it.
We'll see.
Rounding out the Atlanta Tornadoes, we have David Bailanjan,
Oh,
Tom Walsh,
Form in Al Cardenas has not.
and Mohammad Sharaf.
And I feel like that's a good rounding team.
That's a good rounding
That's a
team.
good rounding team.
Miguel Rodriguez, Veer.
David, Tom, and Mohammed. I feel that's a good team. They have a good mix of everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a good retrieval. They have the machine gun, you know, the golden lion. So
The King of the North, for David, he better show out. That's a cold name.
use some cold names.
Cold names.
But I do like the fact that they're able to really put some spotlight on the Challenger Tour. Because we need something outside of just the PSA.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
this is just a great opportunity.
Now for the Nashville Crushers, which might be one of the biggest steals this whole draft. For the third round, they have Mustafa Ol-Sharti. He's basically a mini Pekka, a mini Assault. They have the same build, same playing style. I think Ol-Sharti is just a little bit younger. And it's insane. He should have went second round at least.
And I hope they understand the steal that they have here.
Absolutely.
Because you have the opportunity to really take advantage of those power plays.
And then they have Ronaldo Palomino and Joseph White.
first, half of the game, making it real tough,
And I feel like that's a good team.
Yeah.
Timmy, Batista, Mustafa, Ronaldo, and Joseph. That's a good overall. Timmy as a captain, Batista as experience, Mustafa as the young up-and-comer, putting pressure on them, the two backups. That's a great team.
Going into the New York Knights, we have Rory Stewart, Dylan Huang, and Sam Sherrill.
Don't know much about them.
Again, I'm telling you, this Challenger Tour is really putting some work in on this NSL, but at the same time, this is going to be a league where availability is very important.
Yeah.
Where availability might choose who's going to be playing in these upcoming weeks.
That is true.
So I'm very excited to see the idea that some NSL players are going to be some people that we might not have heard, but we get to see.
And I'm ready for them to show out. It's everybody's time to shine.
It's their time
We'll
to
see.
shine. Yeah.
We'll see you guys.
Now going into this next segment, we have who do we think is going to win the NSL championship at the end of the year, as well as maybe a dark horse.
You want to start it off?
For sure. I think my prediction for the end of this season, the winners are going to be the Chicago Grizzlies.
That's a crazy statement.
How about you?
Not a crazy statement because I have them as my dark horse.
They're your dark horse.
They're my dark horse.
Okay.
So, but I have Greenwich Panthers.
Panthers.
Greenwich Panthers to go
Okay.
with Mustafa, Juan Vargas, and Dimitri. I just feel like there's so much there.
And I'm not mad at you. The only reason why I'm choosing the Grizzlies instead of the Panthers is because I think that they have what the Panthers feel like they have, in the sense that they have somebody who can gun for shots during power plays, but can also survive with the rest of their team through straight survivability, retrievability, that aspect of the game. But I don't know. I think they got the fresh legs.
That's fair. Who do you have as your dark horse?
My dark horse, though, is the Newport Dragons. I think that the Mohamed El-Shabagi, Spencer Lovejoy, and then rounding out the team with a bunch of hungry challengers. I don't know. I can't sleep on the current goal.
See, that's so. Ooh.
Now, doing something different than we did last video, who do we think are going to be the MVP of both leagues?
Ooh.
Both the men and the women's.
Interesting.
For the men's, I don't know if you have something different. My current MVP, I think Mustafa Asal is going to
Yeah.
go in.
it's either Mustafa or Ibrahim. I feel like just like their play styles are perfect for this type of game, just accumulating points and just racking up points.
For sure.
But it's exciting to see. Abu Wargar is a dark horse as well, I believe. So.
but you also can't sleep on the last year's MVP.
That's true.
So-
Seb.
So Seb and Timmy are also two players that I'm keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, to start, I'll put Mustafa. I'll put my money on Mustafa Asal.
He's up there. He's
Yeah.
up there.
Now, for the women, who do we think is going to be the MVP of the first ever season of the Women's NSL League?
This one, I'm going to give it to Rowan El-Arabi.
Rowan El-Arabi.
Rowan El-Arabi.
Okay.
She-
Which is interesting because you're a Sal Mahani fan.
I am a Selma Hani fan. I wish I could give it to Selma Hani,
Yeah.
but Rowan's good.
She's great.
Good.
She's absolutely. She's good, for sure. But it's also surprising because she wasn't drafted in the first 2 rounds.
That's what I'm saying. 3rd round, but still, availability. That might be it.
Yeah.
That might be the reason she wasn't drafted.
That's true. That's true. In that case, for me, who I think MVP is pretty close, I think it's going to be Olivia Weaver.
That is true. She's a
You know,
She's up
first round
second.
pick.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the United States.
Native.
So she could be at all the games if she really chooses to be. Granted, priorities do take probably towards the PSA. But at the end of the day, I think she can really make her case.
It definitely can, but they're same team.
Yeah.
So Team Dumb it's basically win-win.
Win-win. Win-win. Like, I believe the Philadelphia Freedom were who we said had the best chances to win.
I believe so.
But we are still Soto Shark fans.
Yeah.
We're still Soto Sharks. Trust us. Trust us. And then, do you have a dark horse for MVP for the women?
MVP. Whew. This is tough.
It's tough, but I like it. I like that it's tough. It's a lot closer. Like, it requires you to really think about who has a chance to break apart from the rest of the group.
Man. I don't know if I have one right now.
Okay, that's good too. We're
I
gonna
don't know if I
be
have one.
covering. We're gonna be covering season wide.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
exciting thing. So, yeah, I have Rowan as my MVP. You have Olivia.
I have Olivia. And then dark horse, I have Marina, but I'm also biased.
Yeah. Because I also can't say Selma Hani is a dark horse because she's nice.
You could say she's a dark horse, but I think now we're just too biased.
Yeah,
We can't do all that.
Yeah. That's a hard dark horse to choose. Because everybody in the draw is so good for the women's.
For sure. Like, see, that's the same reason why I didn't put Amanda Sobey. I don't think
Yeah.
that's not a dark horse.
She's not a dark horse. She's nice. Yeah, she's up there.
Absolutely. And that was our coverage for the second ever NSL draft for the men's side. It was, again, an exciting event, and we can't wait for the start of the season.
Yeah, 9 teams, 5 people overall for each team. Completely packed. Exciting squash coming up.
You could catch the first match of the NSL on April 25th. We're going to be watching it. We believe that it's going to be open and available on YouTube,
I believe so.
but otherwise, you can get the tickets on the NSL website.
Which will be linked below as well. And I believe it's New York Knights versus Philadelphia Lightning. So exciting matchup.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. And we can't wait to show you guys what we have to cover after.
We'll see you then.
See y'all.
See ya.